Hey, quick story for you here. We've seen it happen more than once here in the Twin Cities. A deal is moving along just fine, and then right before closing, a furnace issue, an electrical concern, or even a roofing question pops up. And suddenly things get stressful. That's exactly why we created our worry-free closing program at Twin City Heating, Air, and Electric. We send a licensed technician out to check the furnace, AC, electrical safety, water heater, and water softener, coordinate a roof evaluation with a licensed roofing contractor, and provide a full report on all the home's major systems. We can do this during due diligence or even before a home is listed, so potential issues get caught early. If you're a realtor or you're buying or selling a home, there's a simple way to keep things smooth. Twin City Heating, Air, Electric, built here, stays here.
From working in his family's Chinese restaurant, to bartending, to becoming present-day owner of Twin City Heating, Air, and Electric, my father's true superpower is human connection. Now, he's on a mission to capture the most fascinating stories that make up the Minnesota community. You're listening to the Twin City Tales Podcast.
All right, today's episode is one I've really been looking forward to because we've got someone who honestly does a little bit of everything, and I mean it the best way possible. She's part of a family business that's been around for nearly 50 years. She's helped operations across multiple states. She's been in sales, marketing, training, acquisitions, you name it. But what's really stood out to me is how she blends business, family, and passion, especially with what she's building right now in the Twin Cities. From growing up in Rochester to playing college golf at a high level, to now helping lead and evolve Sun Control Minnesota, she's building something really unique with women's golf networking movement that's starting to gain serious traction. But on top of all that, she even does storytelling. She's also the host of the Shining Light on Minnesota podcast, where it highlights people, businesses, and stories right here in our community. She is busy.
Very.
This is someone who doesn't just work in the business, she helps shape it. And I think you're going to feel that in this conversation. So today, we're diving into her story, the wins, the challenges, and the mindset. Honestly, just how she sees the world. Welcome to the show, Karissa.
Thank you for having me, Wymond.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm just so amazed that everything you've done and you're doing, right? Like
all the things, right?
You're like busier than a one-legged man in a keister kicking contest.
You bet I am.
So let's go back a little bit. You grew up in Rochester.
Yeah.
What was it actually like growing up in Rochester for you?
For me, Rochester was golf. I played a lot of golf. My world revolved around golf. I had two older brothers. My dad was a professional baseball player, so sporting life was obviously there. Played basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball. But for me, my niche was golf. I started playing at a very young age, played varsity golf in 6th grade, and played all the way through high school golf, college golf. Was supposed to go on the circuit, ended up having some kids, and here I am today.
Wow. And so starting varsity golf in 6th grade.
Yep.
At what point did you say, okay, I'm pretty good at this? Because in 6th grade, to play varsity, you're pretty good.
It's one of those things, it's a mental game, right? So you have those ups and downs. You're playing at a high level. I mean, in girls back in the day, there weren't a lot of girl golfers. I mean, there were girl golfers, but it was still kind of one of those that you have to build your name. You have your highs and your lows. So yeah. It's always competing against yourself.
Were you like one of the youngest at that time to be on that varsity team? Because I know swimming for girls, a lot of them end up in like 8th grade and they're swimming on varsity. But I
was playing against juniors and seniors in high school. Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh. And how much did you grow from then? Like 6th grade, like people usually have growth spurts in between that time. So you must have been really small.
I was pretty tall. But my dad was 6'4", so I was tall for my height. Yeah.
And of course, athletic, obviously.
Yeah, but golf doesn't revolve around athleticism. Obviously, it's one of those things that you have to practice and put in the time. A lot of people don't know that, but you have to work at it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a lot about the mental game.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people that drive for show but can't putt.
Right. You got to put in the time. I mean, obviously playing baseball, softball, everything like that, that's something that, you can be a little more athletic at and be good at, or basketball or anything like that. But with golf, it's long hours on the range. I've worked at a golf course. So it's working at the golf course, playing golf before, playing golf during, playing golf after. It was all golf.
So did you play softball and golf at the same time?
I tried to for a little while until I decided, hey, golf is an individual sport where no matter how you do what you do, it's for you. Where team sports got to be a little bit more team focused. And I'm like, I'm going to do this for me. It's something where no matter how you do, you're competing against yourself. So, yeah.
And, the thing is that I remember, before your time, I graduated in the 80s.
Yep.
And they always said, during baseball season, so it kind of, I loved golf too.
Yeah.
But during baseball season.
They don't want you to do anything else.
And back in those days, they didn't mind you doing other things.
They don't want you to get hurt.
They don't want you playing golf because it screws up your swing.
Yeah.
Because it's all muscle memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
And softball swing is different from a baseball swing.
Still the same, though. It's still the momentum. You're stepping forward. You're doing all that. Yeah.
The turn of the hips, because that's the biggest part. I was never a big power hitter, but it's that contact. And I think if you put everything together right, you can see some of the smaller guys
absolutely.
Swat it out of the yard.
Yep. Well, I always had a golf swing when I played softball. I mean, you want to get under it, and it's going out. It's going over the fence. I mean, it's hey, that's great. Let's do this.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like a softball swing, but fast pitch is a little different swing than a slow pitch swing too.
Yep.
So I feel like a slow pitch swing, you're still almost like a golf swing where you're kind of coming up and under.
But having brothers, I mean, you're on the competitive side. Like when you're playing baseball, I'm going out, I'm the one that's running out to get all the balls. When I'm playing football, I'm the one that's getting tackled. When you're playing basketball, I'm always on defense. You learn that at a young age, like, okay, let's do this, right?
and it's amazing because I feel like softball, when it's fast pitch in high school, but it's only 45 feet away rather than 66 feet away.
Yep.
And I always thought, the ball's so big, I can hit that thing, not a problem.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. So there takes a little bit of talent to do that.
Yeah.
And then with that, you had a chance to play D1 at University of Minnesota, right?
I did, but I chose Winona State just because it was athletics and it was academics. So you decide to do both because if you get hurt playing other sports, intramural, volleyball, or anything like that, you have the academics to fall back on. So if you go to D1 or anything like that and you get hurt, I mean, obviously the academics are there too, but they don't want you to play any other sports or do anything else. So,
Yeah, so, I mean, that was a smart idea on your part. Do you ever look back and go, gosh, if I would have played D1, if I would have went to U?
It's always if I would have, yes. But at the same time, my dad had a big pull. I mean, he had the football stadium named after him at Winona State. So I had a good relationship with the people there. I absolutely love Winona State.
Yeah.
The people there were like no other. Larry Holstead, he was the athletic director. Coach Newberry, I mean, they were all great people. I had the new head football coach, who I'm a great friends with, who just took over the head football position on my podcast just recently. Tom Sawyer was the old football coach. I mean, they're all, I still keep in contact with all of them. It's one of those things where you don't lose. It's a small town. It's Winona. There's a lot to do in Winona. You have the river, everything like that, too. So it's kind of one of those... You just do it.
Yeah. And of course,
there's 3 colleges there too. So yeah.
So that town goes from population of 10,000 people to 50,000.
Right.
When
absolutely.
Start.
Yeah.
So
and I love fishing. So you have the river there too. So I got to do a lot of fishing too. So
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not a big time fisherman, but I don't mind doing it. I'd rather go to, hate to say it, I'd rather go to McDonald's and get myself a fish fillet. I just feel like it's too much work.
I don't eat the fish, but I definitely do fish,
I love the ice fishing fish because the meat is so much more solid if you don't eat fish, or you wouldn't know. But I just feel like if anybody goes ice fishing and they
catch it, they're going to bring it to you. Yep.
Yes, I love that kind of fish. Yeah. So I think we talked about you were on a path to potentially go pro for golf because you were that darn good.
Yep.
So what kind of made you change your mind, or what was that pivot for you?
Got married and had some kids, decided, hey, it's time just to do the mom thing, like working, getting into that path. I was going to school for business management, got a job in the newspaper business. At that time, I'm just like, I have one little kid she was starting to get into sports, and then 2 came around and 3 came around, and kind of went down that path of, hey, I'm gonna be a mom for a while and do that thing. And they got older, and I'm like, I'm getting back into golf. Golf is my thing. Time for me again, right?
Boy, that opposite sex screws up a lot of things sometimes for us in life.
Yep.
But love is love, right?
Right.
Kind of thing. So
Yep. You go through the divorce, you get back into it, and I'm like, all right, here I am. Back to me. Yep.
So working in the newspaper, what did you do at the newspaper?
I was a district sales manager.
Okay.
Was doing that through 9/11, which is really interesting, right? So 9/11 happened. You're what you think was a district sales manager, but at that time you have multiple circulations of newspapers going around, having to actually go out on the corners and say, hey, World Trade Center is going down. You're actually standing in the corner, and Mayo Clinic is down there saying, hey, all you doctors, this is what's going on. That was a really crazy time.
So you were actually like selling papers.
We were hawking papers on the corner. Yep, we were standing there like they did way back in the day, saying, here's the newest paper that's out because the World Trade Center, this is what's going on now. Yeah, all of us were. Yep.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Well, that was, you wouldn't think it was because we're at this stage in time in our life, but every time a new paper would come out, no matter who you worked for, what newspaper it was, everybody would want the latest one to see what's going on, especially all the doctors at Mayo, because they're inside Mayo, not able to watch news or hear anything. So they would just walk out to wherever they're at or anywhere else and get the copies because they want to save them. Because it's breaking news, they want to keep those newspapers at that time.
Yeah, I only laugh because I always remember like the 9/11 I was working for the gas company, but I'm trying to think like I think we watched on TV.
Yeah.
But I'm laughing because, like, yeah, you're right. You want to grab copies and, like...
Everybody always wanted to save those newspapers, whether it's, like, the Twins winning the World Series or whatever it is, and think, hey, this is going to be worth some money someday, right? Or keep those Homer hankies or whatever it is, yeah.
And I have to admit, when I did that with... so we're past statute of limitations.
Right.
But back in the day, they used to have the box, the newspaper box. So you would drop a quarter in there.
Yep, and
pull it open. And you just grab one.
Yep.
And take off, right? Yeah. So you'd go there and grab like
3 or
8
4
copies.
or however many.
I think that's stealing, but
well, now we know what Wymond did.
But yeah, I kept
nobody's listening that would do that. Right?
No. But it's amazing how much a newspaper is now too. Because I went to my
anything these days, the price of go to a grocery store. Yeah,
that's a good point. I guess I didn't even think of that, but it was just this Thanksgiving. The Star Tribune every year has the color of the turkey, right?
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law, he's a low functioning adult.
Yeah.
That has
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. He's on the spectrum. Yep.
He's on the spectrum, and he lives in a group home. But his big thing is he loves the color of the turkey.
Absolutely.
Right? So, my wife would get the paper, and Thanksgiving we'd bring.
Here we are. Yep.
I went to Holiday to go grab a copy this year. Finally, $4 for a newspaper. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, because we don't buy newspapers.
I still am thinking like $1.25 or whatever it was, even for that one. Oh boy. Yikes.
I just think of like the daily paper is 50 cents
50 cents, or like the Saturday one was $1.25 or whatever. Holiday. Yeah.
And
wow.
the thicker
with
ones,
all the inserts and the cartoons and or the comics. Yeah. Wow.
And I guess they don't even have.
I'm aged now. Yeah.
We both are. I know.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm wondering if they still do so, or do you just like, is it just all internet now?
Well, that's why like I went to ad design after I was a district sales manager. I moved out to Montana and I was getting into ad design, and I stopped doing that because paper copies and ad design was going away because everything was online. Everybody was getting it on their phone. Yeah. So, and obviously newspaper business is going away because print is going away. Nobody wants print anymore because they can get everything on the internet, on their phone, on everything else. So Nobody even does really much publication anymore, whether it's magazines or books. I hate to say that for the people listening that are doing magazine and print, but a lot, unless it's a great thing where it's like a neighborhood magazine or something where people want to see their neighbors in there, but a lot of typical publications, people look at it right on their phone, or they get the news right on their phone these days. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the story.
Or on the TV. Yeah, that's exactly what I was. Yeah. Yep. That's a great one. But a lot of, like, let's say like Time Magazine or Life Magazine or newspapers, they can get the news right on their phone or on the TV or whatever else they want. Yeah.
And it's less clutter, right?
Yes,
in your
absolutely.
House, and less stuff you have to throw away.
Yep.
But I still feel like when you have that less of clutter, at least
Yes.
like in the old days, I go, oh, I want to read that article, and I can.
Yes. Hold it up and actually read it. Like a book. People don't open up books anymore. They just audiobook in the car or podcast or whatever, blog or whatever it may be. Yeah.
So it's really like such a changed world. And obviously.
Kids and textbooks, handwriting, anything. Yeah. Gosh, I'm aging myself. I'm going to start. Yeah.
We are. Even the kids in college these days, right? Like they don't have to buy the books at the bookstore and lug it around.
Well, they don't have to pass a test the first time. They can take it until they pass it or get the right grade that they want to these days.
You think so? Do they really?
Yeah,
in college even?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just know my niece, Ruby, she normally lives in California.
Maybe not the finals, but a lot of the tests that they can do, yeah.
Yeah, but what was amazing in Carleton was like she was doing her finals up till Sunday evening at 5 o'clock. She had to have her final in.
It's the deadline. They'll give you till like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yes, and you just have to email it in or whatever it is, however they
or just write a paper and you have until X amount.
Yeah. So it's like, man, the world is changing
Here
fast.
I'm handwriting a 20-page paper, actual handwriting on college line paper, and I had to have it in by the time the bell rang.
Or by a certain day. Like you can drop it off. I remember you can drop it off at the
teacher's office or their desk. Yeah.
But you could not and then of course I talked about this a few podcasts ago about back in the day because AI, right? Like I feel like college would have been so much easier for me if I had AI. And
not the Dewey Decimal System and the library books and
and the Cliff Notes. That was my best friend. Cliff Notes.
Not the encyclopedias that we had to look and
and you would actually have to physically write it verbatim, right? Like, or if you were smart, you would change it to your words.
Yeah.
But there was people that would write it verbatim. But now all you have to do is just start reading it out loud.
Write me a paper on,
exactly.
And put it in my own words.
Yes, it's crazy. Yep. It's just nuts. I think I'd have to go back in there and put punctuations in the wrong spot because then I know that
put banana in the middle of it or something. Just
So it wasn't plagiarism.
Oh boy, this world is crazy.
So you go from that in Montana, and you have 7 kids.
It's a blended. Well, Mark has 4. I have 3. So yeah.
That's still pretty busy.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. Yeah.
What ages do they?
The 2 young. Well, 16 and 17 are the 2 youngest, and then the oldest is 28. So 16, 17, 2 20-year-olds, 22, 24, and 28. Yeah. So for a while, we had 5 in traveling basketball. We had our Google calendars, who's going where and who's taking whom, and
And the traveling, it's not locally.
No.
One's in Ohio and the other one is in California.
Yeah. It's busy.
Yeah. Expensive too.
And now they're getting into golf, so that's another thing. Yeah.
And once you start doing golf, you have to upgrade the clubs.
Well, I update. They get my old ones.
Do they? Is that how you work it?
Yep.
You don't let them maximize their swing speed with their own clubs?
Hey, they're getting year-old clubs. We'll all update. We all obviously they're getting their own and they're getting new. Yes, yeah. You have to get them set for in golf. You have to get your clubs specified for yourself. You have to go and get a fitting. But yes, yeah.
Not
it's fun.
The old days.
No, wooden golf clubs, wooden shafts. I mean, I have clubs that have all that stuff for my grandpa and wooden shafts even,
Yeah, I had the metal shafts in high school. Yeah. But now with the flex shaft and
graphite and
man, as you've gotten older.
Well, it's like baseball bats, like the wood shafts. I mean, they're still wooden ones, but they're graphite and bats have changed a lot too.
A composite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy, I remember the
DeMarini, $600 for a bat, and it's going to be broken. And
I bought my high school bat I bought it at Kolkish back in the days
Yeah.
when they had
Yep.
Kolkishes.
Yep.
And I remember they had a rack of a barrel of bats.
Yeah.
And one was labeled like $5, but it was labeled wrong. Somebody labeled it
there you
wrong
go.
because it was like $150.
You didn't put it in the
No,
barrel. Well,
no,
I know how
didn't.
you are with the newspapers, Wymond. So now I'm wondering.
And I bought that bat for $5, and I had it for the longest time. But
Nice.
those aluminum bats, there was a big difference, and
There was, yeah.
you can hear the sound,
The ting,
of the ting.
Well, you
coming
can
off
feel
of
it when you hit it wrong too.
Yes,
oh yeah,
yes,
cold weather.
that old-
It vibrates in your hands. Yeah.
No, that's great. So, you're on your path,
Yep.
and you were in Montana. How did you end up at Sun Control then?
I came back to Minnesota because I went through a divorce, and then I got into signs and graphics, and I met Mark, and Mark is one of the owners of Sun Control. So kind of decided with the signs and graphics that I was getting into that I had to have a meeting with Randy at Sun Control and say, hey, I'm doing signs and I'm doing signage. What would you think about bringing signage into Sun Control? Because you guys aren't doing that. And after a hard sell, a couple meetings with him, he said, come on board. So, yep. So then we brought the signage in there, and I was doing signage and graphics for him for a while, and now all the time later, here I am. Yes.
And you're quite the go-getter, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like just one lane that you stayed in.
No.
It sounds like.
No.
sounded like you got into helping with acquisitions.
They do a lot of the acquisitions. It's just going in and helping grow. Yeah. It's all about business development, all about growth, all about all of the stuff. Yeah. Sun Control is a big company. I mean, we're always growing and changing, so it's a lot of fun.
Do you feel like in a bigger company, like I know you guys probably have individuals that work with the clients different, so it's more personal that way.
Yep.
But you still lose a little personable owner to clients sometimes.
Oh yeah, like I'll bring in the customer, and then I'll hand it off to the sales consultants. Yeah, absolutely.
How do you help with like keeping that messaging? Because I know you guys are very family orientated.
Yes.
With the customer, so they've really, it's a big company made to feel like a family operation. How do you help with that, or how do you guys create that?
Well, every location has great staff. I mean, they all have one-on-one. They all have their own built. So if we go into, let's say we go into Plymouth and we buy the Plymouth location, all those employees still stay there. So the owners will still stay there. The employees still stay there. So it's just buying that, it's still keeping the name. So it's just changing what they were doing before. If it's just a car business, it's now bringing all the other things that we do and adding it to the car business. So it's still just growing and changing and going in and talking to all those people. So it's still just a small business. It's just adding more things to it.
So when you guys go in, do you like change the name to Sun Control right away, or do you leave it?
If it's an established business, we leave it as it is. Yeah.
That's
if we
smart.
buy a building and it's not established, we'll go in and then we'll have Sun Control of Wisconsin. But we do have Bravo Protection Products. We do have Elite Tinting and Graphics in Duluth. We do have Solar Solutions in Florida. So it just depends on where the location is. We have Sun Control of Minnesota, Rochester, and Rochester. It just depends on the locations and what's established.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and depending on, I suppose you guys do like, what do they call that? That, I want to say due diligence, but it's not it's more of a researching kind of like, okay, what sounds good in that area, or if it's had a bad reputation you're coming in, bringing it in.
We're going to refresh and just do it over. If the owner doesn't have what they need, or if it's something that just needs to be rebranded, let's do it. Yeah.
This is interesting because I know you're very locally owned and operated, but you're also outreaching to all these other smaller businesses.
People come to us,
or come to you guys. I know that the big thing with our industry right now is a lot of private equity groups, right?
Yes.
And sometimes the private equity groups, you guys aren't that. And I think I'd like to take this time to probably talk a little bit about that because the private equity groups is different because they are investors that just
silent investor. They just want a piece of the pie.
Yes, they want to turn a dollar. But you guys have that somewhat, I wouldn't say that's what you guys do, but the model is there, but with more of a family. You guys are trying to create something with good people. You guys aren't just investors.
Nope, we're just a family-owned business that are expanding. Yeah, yep. So just between Randy and Todd and Mark, we just see what's right and try to figure it out when we get there. Yeah.
Do you ever get pushback from those areas, like when you buy something in Wisconsin and you either change the name or even if you leave the name, right? The locals go, it's different.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
then they go, is it private equity? Because private equity doesn't always get the best name. How do you guys?
We are not private. Well, we go in there and we make changes. There's always people don't like change, obviously, but we're keeping the same products. We're just adding more to it. So it's still the same people that they're dealing with. It's still the same products. We're just adding more options to it. So it's great. You're still going to see the same Tommy in there. You're still going to see the same Ben in there. They're still going to be doing your installations for you. They're still going to be doing everything that they were doing. They just have more options for them to do. So, yeah.
And that's the challenge of the messaging, right? Sometimes.
And that's what I have to go in and tell all the customers, hey, you're still going to have the same people, but now we offer wall graphics. Now we offer residential stuff for your house. Now we offer stuff for all the contractors that are out there too that you might not have. Maybe it was just a little tin shop, or maybe it was just a big contractor stuff. Now we can do stuff for your cars. Let's get out there into the community and let everybody know everything that we can do.
So you guys have it down pretty good. I always feel like our challenge has been like we've had electrical for the last 5 years, right? And there's people that's used us for the last 15 years.
And don't know it.
Yeah,
and
what's your trick?
There's never a trick because people still don't know everything that we do. And that's day after day, it's being omnipresent in front of people. And it's now being intentional, getting in front of those people and being like, okay, we do, well, people see sun control. They don't know we do wall graphics. They still don't know that. So it's getting in front of them all the time and being like, hey, you know of us, but you don't know everything we do. Let's sit down and have that meeting again and again and again. Let's do a lunch and learn. Let's do, whatever we need to do to keep letting everybody know that. And so now, after years and years and years of doing that, it finally hits them, whether it's social media, whether it's having a lunch, whether it's getting out there in front of them time and time again. But there's still people out there that don't know everything that we do because every few months it changes. We add more products in. So it's interesting. Yeah.
It is. And we've even had people, so we have what they call like a maintenance program. We call it Comfort Care, right? And they've been on it for years.
Right.
And there's been times where our technician, even up recently, right? They've been on it for 15 years, and we've had electrical for 5 years.
Yeah.
And they'll go and do a tune-up, and we always have the technician make a suggestion or say, hey, did you know we do electrical?
Oh, by the way, yes.
Yes. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I'll get feedback, and they'll say, man, they didn't know we did electric. And it's like we send them emails all the time.
Yeah, and they don't read them. Yeah. They don't read them. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And it says it right on our name, right?
Yeah.
So I was always.
They just see the Twin Cities Heating and Air and then it stops. And it's like, oh, wait, what's the bottom? What's the fine print at the bottom? Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think, and I think neuroencodingly, humans just want to make things simple, right?
Yeah.
Make it
simple
for me.
Yep. The shorter, the less, the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
less is more is what they think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what you do over there is marketing, and you're in charge of kind of the marketing.
Yep.
Not that I'm an expert at it, but you had the classes, you went to college for it.
Yep, I had some of that.
And Dan behind the camera also has had
Ilaria and Trenton, and we've got Jorge. We've got marketing at all of our locations too. Yes, everybody has their roles and their hats.
And everybody looks at it just a little differently. And so, and then as a business owner myself, I have ADD, right? So if somebody says,
I think everybody has a little bit of that, and that's why we're successful, right? You just kind of go and do things, and it just rolls through.
Yeah, but that could be detrimental too, because you can't stay focused, right?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows who has what? Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the question I'm asking is the branding part of it, right? To get people to remember you.
Yep.
Ours, I feel like is the Twin City, just the Twin City across there, and then it says Heating and Air, and then the bar with the red and blue.
Yeah.
So they forget to look at that electrical, right?
Yep.
Do you how many logos has Sun Country?
Sun Country. Yeah. We're going on a flight. We're going to go on a trip after this. Yep.
How many logos has Sun Control kind of been through in the 50 years. I can imagine you've had some changes.
We've had a little bit of changes, but we always try to keep it the same. I mean, people know the sun. They know the verbiage. The fonts have always been the same, but we've changed the colors just a tiny bit here and there. But it's always been the sun control yellow. It's always the sun has changed a tiny bit, but people know it. They know what to look for. They know what it is. So it's
and when I see it, I see the script.
Yep.
And then the sun.
Yep.
With it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you do that with Wisconsin too and Florida.
Yeah.
And just change the name of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, like Bravo's had their own fonts. Solar Solutions in Florida has had their own, but theirs is orange and blue. You know, they might have different colors, but Sun Control of Wisconsin has red, but there's yellow and red. Yep. Yeah.
And you would just want people to not think very hard when they see it.
They see it, they know it, they recognize it. The fonts all stay the same. Yep.
Right.
So it carries throughout. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
branding. You know,
is.
that's what they see, they know, they recognize. Yeah.
So going back to the question, like trying to get people to think about your new products.
Yes.
Do you think it's a branding thing, or do you think it's more of just constant messaging?
Omnipresent, constant messaging. Not even so much messaging, but just staying in front of people, getting in front of people and letting them know. Because a lot of times they'll see things. Yeah, people say see things 3 times to realize or know it. But a lot of times people don't always look at things 3 times, whether it's in front of them on the internet or what it is. These days, it's getting to them face to face too. People are liking the face to face. Hey, let's have that conversation. Let's go out to lunch. Let's do what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. And
which is a weird niche because you can't get in front of everybody.
No.
Especially with my schedule, your schedule, or anybody else's. But seeing things, yes.
Yeah. 3 times, right?
Yes.
Like you said.
Yep.
Sometimes, though, I think as a layman who's not much of that doesn't know
like
marketing.
Twin Cities Electrical. Like, let's take out the heating and air just for a while. Let's, just just try something else just to let them pop that in just to get it out there.
Yeah. But going back to like trying to get in front of them 3-4 times, right?
Yeah.
I think being a layman,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of think like, oh, I'm just being annoying to them now, right? Like
Right.
I'm just bugging them, right?
But the more that they see you, the more that they realize, even if they say no, they're going to be like, someday they're going to be like, oh, I need him for that. Their electrical will go and they're going to be like, there's Wymond. He stopped by and dropped off cookies, or he stopped by and did this or did that. And yeah.
And that's the key.
The key.
I think sometimes we fall short of that because I don't know if it's an excuse or a subconscious excuse.
It's like a fly in the wall. Like, why does he keep showing up, or what is he doing? You don't want to be annoying, but just that drop in, whether it's the lady at the front desk or whatever, just, hey, hello, I'm here.
And is it really you seeing yourself as annoying? Because sometimes they really don't see it as annoying.
They want to see you because their contractor in the back, or their person in the back, or their residential, or their homeowner, or whatever it may be, needs you. They need to know that you have electrical because they might not know that, or they want to know that you have the program that you have, or their HVAC went down and they forgot that you're here. It's one of those, you never know who or when or what.
Yeah. So it's, and that's why, like, I love your podcast, Shining the Light on Minnesota. And I feel like it's so Sun Control, like branding, right?
It is, but it has nothing to do with Sun Control. It's my reason for doing Shining Light is to be intentional. I'm in front of so many people every single day. Thousands of people, because I'm doing expos and I'm doing events and I'm all the places. I have 100,000 miles on my car in a year, easy. And I'm in front of people and people get to know me. Hey, you're the Sun Control girl, or hey, you're Karissa, but I don't know them. Right?
Oh, sure.
So my way to get back is to be more intentional, to slow down and get to know someone on a deeper level. So that's why I do the podcast. I'm getting to know someone on a deeper level, giving back to them, saying, hey, come on my podcast. Let's get to know each other. I want to share your story, whether it's a business owner, whether it's somebody that has a sick child, they're starting a foundation, whether it's anything, a musician, athlete, anything like that, no matter who they are. Come on, let's just share your story. And then it'll go out in our newsletter, and that's going to be the extra boost. Let's just, whether I'm coming to your place, you're coming to mine, whatever it is, I want to get to know you on a deeper level. That way I'm going to remember you. I'm going to know more about you. So when I see you, how's your kids? How was your trip? You have something amazing going on, some big event, or you have something you're trying to start your business, let me help you start your business. Let's get this out there and share it in a newsletter too. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And it's in your newsletter. So it does tie back with sun control.
Yep.
So you said something about driving 100,000 miles on your.
Yeah.
Too bad you don't get Sun Country miles for that.
I know. I go Delta, but usually sometimes it depends on where I'm going. It all depends on where I'm going, but I do fly too. I mean, it just depends on where I'm going, but Twin Cities, I'm here and there and everywhere. It's crazy when people are like, I stop by, I'm like, 99% of the time I'm not at the office. Lately, I've been there more. This winter, I haven't traveled outside of Minnesota because the Twin Cities have been so busy, which is a godsend. I know last November I was in 23 states in a month. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You cover more ground than Lewis and Clark. That's
I know.
all I know.
Let's go to Sun Country and get on a flight, you know?
Right. That's right.
Let's not drive somewhere for a while.
So that's awesome. I love your podcast, and I know you had some really great guests on there.
Yes. Yeah.
And you do a lot of like you'll go to them.
They come to me.
They come to you.
Yeah.
But there's some bigger names that they
Yes.
can't, you can't do it in person because I think you do
Correct.
a lot of them in person.
I do. I prefer doing most of them in person, but when there's a professional athlete or some professional musician or someone that just doesn't live here and they say, hey, you know, I would love to come on your podcast. You know, I've got a great story to tell, or I'm doing a foundation, or I'm a doctor, whatever it may be, and I really want to share my story. Absolutely. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's share it. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm not quite that level yet.
You are. You're there. You're going to be on. You're going to be on soon. So people will find out how wonderful you are. Yeah.
I really feel like my drive on my podcast is really to almost similar to yours, right? Like everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a tale to tell, right?
Yeah. And some people are just like, my life is really boring. But then when you find out, like I recently had a guest, Sean Hunter.
Yes.
I don't know if you know who he is. He's equity mortgages.
Yes, mortgages.
He does mortgages.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm just really boring. But then you come to find out, like, he actually started at a company as a mortgage guy. Then he worked for somebody.
Yep.
And he's like, it's not that exciting. But he actually took over his boss's business.
Yeah.
He basically took over for him.
Right.
That's a story right there. And
100%.
that's amazing. You know, how many people really do that? And to be able to do that, the loyalty, right?
Yes.
To be able to hang in there for 18, 19 years, even through the bad times.
Right.
It's like, that's a loyal person
that's
right there.
100%. And that's like, I'm going to stay loyal with you because I know you've stayed loyal to where you're going and what you're doing. You know, those are the kind of people that then you know you want to do business with too, just because of their path that they've taken. Yeah.
And so stories are great. And I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Yeah.
I guess I should ask it the right way.
Go ahead.
I don't
put me on the spot.
I
love it.
When you ask people what's your favorite podcast that you did with somebody, that gets a little bit like, ooh, I don't know if I want to go down that road.
Yeah.
Let's go. What's one of the few memorable ones that you had?
Let's think. One of the memorable ones, I had a musician named Craig Parker Adams on. He started. He was from Minneapolis originally. He decided right after high school, he hopped in a van with some friends and he went out to California because he wanted, he was in we're going to start over. He was in a foster home, kind of working his way up when he was young in the foster home with his parents. Then they were big musicians. He started playing guitar. His siblings did too. He decided after high school he wanted to play guitar like Eddie Van Halen. He was a big Van Halen fan. Went out to California, met the Zappas, who then put him in touch with Eddie Van Halen. From meeting Eddie Van Halen, he later on opened the world's oldest recording studio in Hollywood, California. Has recorded with the Eagles, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. He has so many crazy stories to tell, but hearing the stories about the Beatles, he is a phenomenal guitarist. He plays just like Eddie Van Halen, Van Halen. Just so many stories. It was just a great podcast. Yeah, it was hearing stories that when there's musicians on or stories that you'll never ever hear again, like from the Beatles and from all the musicians. Those kind of stories are ones you could just listen to forever, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And music just brings you back with the binding of people, right?
Yep.
Like that's like I think a lot of music is like food, right?
Yep.
That's what bonds us sometimes.
Yep.
And no, that's really good stuff.
Yeah.
And no, I enjoy doing the podcast. I'm sure just as much as you do.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I wish that was like my only gig.
Right.
But
there's a lot more there. It's like, okay, I've got to do all the work stuff. And then, oh, by the way, here's a podcast too, or here's 2 podcasts in a day or 3 in a day. It's like, oh, what have I asked everybody? Yes.
And in all reality too, I have to admit, podcast doesn't pay the bills.
No,
but
that's just something on the side.
Yeah. And it's a passion because we love people.
We love people, and there's a lot of passions that you have to pull into. Yeah.
Well, with that, let's go to a break.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, Karissa, we'll be back.
Yep.
Anoka Meals on Wheels, a nonprofit organization that I proudly support, delivers more than just nutritious meals to seniors in our community. They deliver connection, care, and peace of mind. Their volunteers don't just drop off food, they check in, share a smile, and ensure our neighbors know they're not forgotten. I know because I am one of those volunteer drivers. Help us keep serving those who need it most. Visit mowanoka.org to volunteer, donate, or learn more about Anoka Meals on Wheels, nourishing bodies and spirits one meal at a time. Ever walk into a house and flip a switch and have no idea what it actually does? Like, is it a light, an outlet, or something in the garage? Nobody knows. Or what about when you plug in something into an outlet and it just slowly falls out like it's giving up on life? Or worse, the outlet just doesn't work at all. Well, we see that stuff every day. At Twin City Heating, Air, and Electric, we help homeowners take care of those small electrical issues before they turn into bigger problems. Loose outlets, dead plugs, mystery switches, we'll track it down, fix it right, and make your home actually work the way it's supposed to. So if something feels off electrically, it probably is. Twin City Heating, Air, and Electric, built here, stays here. Feel the difference. If you're enjoying this episode, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. It seriously helps us reach more amazing people across the Twin Cities and beyond. And hey, if you're feeling a little extra generous, drop us a review and a rating. It only takes a minute, but it makes a huge difference in helping listeners find Twin City Tales. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, all of it. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Twin City Tales for behind-the-scenes moments, episode updates, special announcements, and all the fun stuff you don't get to see on the mic. We appreciate you more than you know. And remember, you can't go wrong with Wymond Wong. And we are back with Karissa Dunham. This is the part of the show where we give you some pictures to talk about. And
let's do it.
All right. So this first one looks like you are surrounded by 3 lovely children.
Yes, my kids.
Yeah. Was that, it looks like Christmas time.
It was Christmas time. They were a lot younger, and it reminds me, people always ask, what would you tell your younger self, right? That one, I would say, slow down, be more intentional, and you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Just take time and make those memories count, right?
Stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
Now,
put the phone down and stop and smell the roses, right?
Now you blew one of my ending questions, but that's all right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's always a good question.
I have another one for you at the end, so you can ask me again.
Really?
I do.
Oh, so I'll ask you again.
Yes, I'll be ready.
We're going to double up.
Yep.
Nice. Love it. And this is a really young you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like your first child?
That is Kyra, yes. Kyra
Was this in Montana then? Or
nope, that was actually at my cousin's wedding. She got married, and I was in it, and Kyra was there and ready to dance the whole night away.
Now, were you still living in Montana at that point, or were you when you traveled back?
I was here, so yes, yeah.
So how long did you live in Montana for?
Not very long, about a year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always think of
Montana's amazing. It was amazing. The clear blue waters, the mountains. We lived in the right outside of Glacier National Park. So Yeah. If anybody gets a chance to go, yes, you go.
Yeah.
Coming back to Minnesota, the Flatlands, it's, not the same.
I always think of the show Yellowstone.
Yes.
Where
Yep.
it's so beautiful.
It
But
is.
man, the people there are kind of can be really,
Well, they're protective
extreme.
of their land. So they don't want all these random people just coming in and trying to take all their land. I mean, it's clear blue waters. It's a lot of beautiful scenery, and it's a lot of things that we don't have here. But I think they make it for the camera a lot of times too. They're the most kind-hearted, wonderful people that I've ever met in my life. So yeah.
They call that creative liberties, I believe.
Yeah, they say Minnesota's nice. I would say the people in Montana are a little bit nicer. But yeah.
I suppose. And the biggest thing is like anywhere around the country is is a beautiful area, right?
Absolutely.
Like here, I find the Boundary Waters.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely
Yep.
gorgeous, right? And
Absolutely.
the people up
Gooseberry
there.
Falls. I mean,
Yes.
everywhere you go. Yeah.
But they're protecting that
Yeah.
Boundary Waters at a high level.
Yes.
Because I think a few years ago, they were talking about fracking up there
Oh,
for
yeah.
oil,
Yep.
which is like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
You'll
Let's not do
destroy
this.
that
You're going to ruin
area.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so. And this is another picture of you and your. Oh,
That's three of my kids, and those are two of Mark's. So that's
Okay.
almost all 7. That's
Okay.
5 of them.
and your youngest ones are 16, so
16
it
and
must
17
be
now, yeah.
these kids?
So, yep, my 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then these 2 are Mark's. But
Okay.
they all, yeah. That's,
And
yeah,
and what's with Mark's kid wearing a Golden State Warriors jersey?
I don't know. The 2 boys would change jerseys every other day. So it's whoever was winning at the time, they would have those jerseys. Yeah.
I just need to call this out.
Yeah.
We usually in Minnesota, at least
Yeah.
my cousin, my brother-in-law and my sister who are big Golden State Warriors fans.
That's my son. Sorry, Caden.
Oh.
Caden was wearing Golden State. Mark's
Okay.
is wearing Irondale.
Irondale.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But the Golden State
Yeah,
Warriors,
that was Caden. Yeah.
little out of our
Yeah.
They're like the Packers to me here.
I'm a Packer fan.
Are
Now
you?
we're going
Oh,
there.
now
So, yeah,
we're
my
going
dad's from Wisconsin.
That's
was
right.
from Wisconsin. So, yep.
And he played baseball
For the Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Yes.
Did he end up playing in one of the Wisconsin minor league teams? Because I know Beloit was.
He
huge.
started in the Cedar Rapids, the Iowa one.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Yep. So now
How
we're
cool is
going
that?
Packer Viking stuff. Yes.
Nice. Yep. Okay. I'll back off.
Yeah.
That's fantastic of all the kids there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And this one, I love this one. We pulled that out of like what your passion is right now. And
Yes.
that's the ladies
Yes.
networking group.
So we'll talk about #legs, Ladies Executive Golf Society. So what that is it's a nationwide chapter. There's 23 locations right now. But Betsy Kelly came to me and she said, "Hey, I'm starting a Minneapolis branch of Ladies Executive Golf Society, #legs. Would love it if you'd be vice president with me." So what it is, it's an association, networking. A lot of people in the business want to network, but they also want to learn how to golf. Lots of ladies want to learn how to golf with ladies. So drink wine, play 9. If you know how to golf, you can go to TPC. You don't have to be a member. You can network and go play 9 holes, or you can network and get lessons from a PGA Tour professional. We have so many members already. We've got a lot of sponsors. We've got Kraus Anderson that have sponsored. We've got J.E. Dunn. We've got Second Swing. We've got lots of contests that we're doing that we're giving away gift cards to places like Second Swing. We've got Golf Galaxy on board where we've got some fun things that we're going to do with the 3M Open. We've got KPMG that we're working on getting some fun things for. So much fun. It's networking. It's bringing your passion in with work and making it all happen.
And it just sounds so fun.
It is, yeah.
And I think
And people can learn how to play golf and you don't have to be intimidated by it. When it's ladies with ladies, it's just a really relaxed, fun, networking, fun thing. Yes.
yeah, and I'm not saying women aren't competitive, but
Yeah.
men tend to be a little more competitive in that realm. Like,
Yeah.
so it can be a little more intimidating for
Yes.
women to
Yeah.
go network.
Well, and they want
in
to
a
learn how to
golf
golf
event.
because golfing, there's a lot of scrambles when you play or whatever you do. You want to get out there and you don't want to miss the ball. You don't want to do anything. I mean, with Betsy and I, we both have played competitively, so we get asked to play in all the scrambles, but all the ladies that are there, they don't want to do it because they don't know how to play. So they want to at least play to know how and know what to do, know how to keep score, know how to actually hit the ball. But I've got to say, a lot of the ladies that are in our group can hit the ball pretty well. So a lot of them, when you give them an opportunity to go play golf at TPC and you don't have to be a member, that's a win-win.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And, I might have to get connected with you this summer because I'll enter like charity events that usually has 4 people best ball.
Yeah, let's do it.
Usually, like, my strategy is get a woman who can hit the ball well, because that's an advantage in a 4-person best ball. For sure, yes. Because they get to tee from the ladies' tee.
Yeah.
And that's a huge advantage. And if they can get one
hit it
near
the green.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now you've got a huge advantage.
Yeah.
On 4-person
a lot of times people do. They're like, let's come, you get to hit from, because I don't normally play from the ladies' tees.
Yeah.
I don't ever play from the ladies' tees unless it's one of those things. So they're like, we've got to scramble. Let's go play so you can play from the ladies' tees and get us up there. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Yeah. So a lot of golf's played during the summertime.
Yeah.
Or a lot of work's happening during the summertime. Yes.
Oh, I wish I would be able to golf more. It's just busy, right?
Busy work, right. Well, yeah.
And then as I've gotten older, and I think I've rounded out a little bit more.
I was going to say, you look like you've lost weight.
I have you've
lost a lot of weight.
The last 6 months to a year.
Yeah, you look great.
Well, thank you, gosh darn it.
I
could lose a little bit more. I just realized your golf swing changes also because your body changes.
Your body changes.
And I don't have the flexibility. So when I come around, although I've learned to
you adapt your swing for it.
I did. And I noticed when I went to golf on green.
On the green?
On the green.
Yeah.
By the Jang.
Yep.
They own that.
Yes.
And I noticed I can still poke it out there 220, 230.
Yep,
but
you've got
when
it.
I was younger, I feel like I could hit it just a little further. But I feel like the key to a good golf game is working that.
The
and
short
that's why
game.
I get frustrated. Like if I'm 40 yards out, that's where I'm just like, Army golf, over, back,
ping
forth.
Pong. Yep, let's do this back and forth. Let's talk about that picture for a minute.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
It says tee off at the 3M Open Pro-Am. Not a lot of people ever think they would get the chance to golf at the 3M Open Pro-Am. So what Sun Control is actually doing, Betsy Kelly and I are going to give people the opportunity to golf with us at the 3M Open Pro-Am. Sun Control is giving people an absolutely amazing opportunity. If people want to get their car done with paint protection film, all you have to do is go to one of the Minnesota or Wisconsin locations and get paint protection film with either the highway or the ultimate package, which really isn't a whole lot. And then you get entered into a raffle to golf with us at the 3M Open Pro-Am.
Oh, how fun would that be?
Yeah, so you get to golf with us and a pro on the Monday of the 3M Open.
Oh man, that would be.
And there's
awesome.
a lot of prizes. It's such an amazing opportunity. I mean, it's just
I may have to jump on that.
Yeah, go get your car done. It's a lot of fun. You'll be entered in. Yeah.
I've done the celebrity golf tournaments,
Yeah.
and they bring you a celebrity. I usually get the guy that like nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they're all people that are golfing at the 3M Open. I mean, it's a win-win. Plus, you get the prizes, you get all the opportunities. They give you tickets, you get the front row parking. I've done it before. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to do it, but it's an amazing experience. So yeah,
I could imagine that would be really fun.
Yeah, and you get 2 girls that are playing from the women's tees too. So there you go,
win-win right there.
Betsy Kelly was on the tour for a while. She played professionally for a long time, so she's a phenomenal golfer. That's what she's known for, her golf and her 401k. So yes.
And it is just so fun to watch people that are really, really good golf because you don't realize like
the caliber, the level they're at.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and seeing the actual pro play from the tips and the way they play too is just like, all right, I need to step up my game and time to go.
It does make you better. I think it's so true. You play to the level.
Yeah, you play better when you're playing with better people.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And if you play with worse people,
yep.
you kind of start playing down that level. I don't know if it's a psychological thing.
But you also know you have fans there that are watching. I mean, it's still the fans from the 3M Open. They're coming to watch because the pros are still playing. You're playing with the pros. You have camera people there. It's fun. It's a great experience. It's a lot of fun. So. Really? Yes, people have to get their cars done and get in there. Yes.
And I got to admit, now that I've gotten older, when I golf with friends, it's not so much of the show. It's how much I can trash talk them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you talk them out of their game. Like, nice shot, buddy. Yeah, you're going to miss that. Yeah.
One of my favorite lines with trash talking is like, if they hit a bad shot, I would say something like, man, if I golf like that, I wouldn't.
Right?
Or here's a tip: take 2 weeks off and quit.
Yep. You should go back to playing baseball. Yep. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So between the legs, there's a lot of golf stuff going on that tie back to work. Work and golf. It's like finding your passion with the podcast. You have to find passion in what you do and tie it into work somehow.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're creating a women's networking group,
Yes.
and you're helping leaders develop
Yep.
into some of their passion.
Yep. I mean, whether it's golf, whether it's basketball, no matter what it is, whether it's baseball, tie it into work, because then it doesn't feel like work so much, and it's building something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that philosophy.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So going back to this young picture of you,
Yep.
I'm going to double up on this answer.
Yes, please do.
If
Yes.
you can go back in time and go, hey, I want to give you some advice.
Yes.
What would that be?
Stay positive, be more intentional, and let the momentum come when it comes.
So it's stay positive.
Yes.
And then if I heard you right, it was
Be more
be
intentional.
more intentional.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when the momentum comes, it'll come based on those two.
So if
Don't
you,
force it. Yeah.
So if you mix intentionality with positivity,
Mm-hmm.
that's a win right there.
Yeah. Yep. Because I know a lot of times when you're younger, you think the world is ending. You think there's so many things, like you're worried about everything. Like it's stressful, right? You have the kids, you have the first house, you have all this other stuff, and you just think you have to prove yourself to everybody. You really don't. Just stay positive and take it one day at a time.
Even go further back than that, because like when you have the kids, right?
Yeah.
Like it's yes,
God,
you feel
it's
like it's
stress.
the whole world. It's
Yeah.
a stress. But even go back further than that, when you're in high school
and
you're
college.
dating that first
Yeah.
girl or guy, and
Yep.
and they break up with they're the
world's
one
ending.
that
Yeah.
yes, like this is the worst. Like I was planning to marry that
Or
person.
junior high, you write the note. Do you like me? Yes or no? Check here, check there.
And you get rejected or
Yeah.
something like that. And it's like, oh my God, my whole world's falling apart, right? And as you get older, you're like, there's a bigger world out there. Why was I so worried about that?
Well, it even is the same thing on the golf course. If you don't stay positive, like you let that one little shot ruin the hole, which ruins the round, which ruins the next round. There you go. Or you don't have fun on the podcast. Like, why even do it anymore?
Absolutely. And that's how we mature, right?
Yep.
So,
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
For?
The question is,
Yeah.
if you could have a word for this year, what would your word be?
Oh my God, that's kind of easy because I've been working on that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's more.
I have 3 words, and that was positive, intentional, momentum. But yes, go ahead.
So mine is 1% better every day.
Perfect.
So that's 5 words.
Sheesh, that's 5. Not 6%. Oh, we won't go there.
No, not 6% body fat, which that would be good for me.
People have no idea what we're talking about right now, but we're good.
Rob James, if you're listening, or your real name, Walsh.
We were talking about wrestling. Whole nother story.
Yes.
But podcasting in a sense, but yes.
That might not be a bad guy to bring on if I can get a hold of him. Yeah. He'd be fun.
Go
James
back to
Walsh.
Yep.
Walsh. Rob James is his name. His
So that's
his
for the whole
pseudonym.
6% body fat.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
6% body fat, 94% better than all you guys out there.
So 94% better.
Yes.
Not just 1% better every day, 94% better every day. That's a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 1%. So what was your word again?
I have 3 words: positive, intentional, and momentum. Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I guess one of my final questions is,
yes,
if there's someone on a podcast, and you have your own podcast, so this is just weird. This is a weird question for me. I'm going to ask you anyways.
Yes, please do.
If there's someone you want to hear or see on a podcast, who would it be? Oh, this podcast.
The Rob James, the 6%. No, I'm kidding. I'll go someone totally different. On this one, I think, who would be a good one for this one? Who have I not seen on this one? I've listened to a lot of your podcasts, so let's go. Let's think, Blaine. I think having a Blaine councilman on here would be good.
Oh yeah. You know, Tim.
Yes.
The mayor.
Mayor, yeah.
Why can't I think of his last name?
We were just at
the ballpark. Yeah.
Yeah, he would be a good one.
Why can't I think of his last name? Tim
Renning? No. Yes.
He has an interesting story too, because
Yes,
he
does.
played some
He played
baseball back in his day.
And he's got the ballpark.
And we talked about catching,
Yep.
and and it was interesting.
Maybe we should do an all baseball one. There
we
you go.
should. I asked him, like, when he was showing me around the ballpark restaurant and they have the batting cage. I go, "Hey, when are you coming out to put on a clinic for us?"
Right. Yeah. There you go.
A hitting clinic.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So there you go. That was a good answer.
That was a great answer.
I didn't bounce back
Why
at you.
can't I think of his last name now? It's really bugging me.
I don't want to pull out my phone, but I do have it on my phone. But yes, we're good. Yes.
So I really appreciate you being on the show.
I appreciate you. And you get to be on ours coming up sometime soon, too.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
We're recording soon.
Yes.
But to all my guests, I always love to give you a little gift.
Is it salt for the roads?
Salt, exactly.
Nice. Yes.
Not our salt delivery salt, but everybody gets a little trophy.
Yes.
For being so awesome.
Amazing.
And actually, this is kind of newer.
Yes.
Fortune cookies.
Woo-hoo.
So you remember
Perfect.
actual fortune cookies from an Asian guy on the podcast.
We should open one up and see what the fortune is.
We can do that.
Let's do that quick.
We can do that.
Yes.
I think that
It's
it's
sealed.
foolproof, so you got to find the break part, and then, because,
Here,
we
I'm
want
going
to
to let
make
you do
sure I
that.
can
You
do
break
that
it,
for
and we're
you.
going to read a fortune on here really quick.
Okay. That's a smart idea. Okay, you choose.
All right. I'm going to choose this one. You choose one.
Okay. It's like going into a Chinese restaurant.
I know.
Now I feel like I got to have chow mein or something.
Yep. Lo mein, chow mein. That's, yep. All right. Maybe. Wouldn't that be a joke if there was no fortune in here?
So usually with my wife, I'll say to her, oh, mine says you'll be happier in your third marriage.
Right?
But this one says you won't know until you try.
All right.
My lucky numbers are 11, 45, 20, 21, 26. So I got to go buy a lottery ticket.
Take the risk and you will see the action.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There
a
we
good
go.
one too.
Yes.
Intentional.
And
Yes.
it'll
positivity.
build the momentum. There you go.
And
yes.
you know what? I thought about you, and amazingly enough, I don't know if you know who John Maxwell is.
I sure do.
I don't know if you have this book, Intentional
that
Living.
one. There you go.
And so
Intentional.
it goes,
there you go.
Exactly. It was right up the alley. So this
Yes.
is for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
It's about leadership and just
Yes.
being intentional.
Hey, and that's
and we talked
intentional. It
about
all
that.
comes together. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Karissa,
Yes.
I can't thank you enough for being on the show.
Yes. I
And-
can't thank you enough.
Perfect.
Yes.
And if you want to learn more about Karissa Dunham,
Yes.
you can go to Sun Country, Minnesota.
Sun Control, Minnesota.
Control.
Because we're not going to go on an
Really?
airplane.
Man, country, I don't know why I keep saying that. SunControlMinnesota.com or SunControlMN.com
Yeah.
or the Shining Light podcast,
Yes.
Shining Light on Minnesota
Yep.
podcast. You can look that up on Facebook, or you can look on our Facebook page and we'll post it there.
Yeah.
As we roll out of here, I want to thank Chris Hockey for the use of his song Thanks, with
Yes.
no pun intended.
Thank you.
And the podcast is powered by Twin Sea Heating, Air, and Electric. And until the next show, you can't go wrong with Wymond Wong on Twin Sea Tales Podcast.
Hey, Wymond, do you guys do electrical?
We do.
Hey,
Thank
there
you for
you go.
reminding us
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
that. All right.
This song goes out to my family, to all the ones who died before me. I'm sure the family life made you do things you never wanted to, so I wrote